Goldilocks and the Three Bears, retold by Vera Southgate with illustrations by Polona Lovshin. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived in a little house in a wood. Father Bear was a very big bear. Mother Bear was a medium-sized bear. Baby Bear was just a tiny little bear. One morning, Mother Bear cooked some porridge for breakfast. She put it into 3 bowls. There was a very big bowl for Father Bear, a medium-sized bowl for Mother Bear, and a tiny little bowl for Baby Bear. The porridge was rather hot, so the 3 bears decided to go for a walk in the woods while it cooled. Now at the edge of the wood, in another little house, there lived a little girl. Her golden hair was so long that she could sit on it. She was called Goldilocks. On that very same morning, before breakfast, Goldilocks also went for a walk in the wood. Soon Goldilocks came to the little house where the 3 bears lived. The door was open, and she peeped inside. When she saw that no one was there, she walked straight in. Goldilocks saw 3 bowls of porridge and the 3 spoons on the table. The porridge smelled good, and Goldilocks was hungry because she had not had her breakfast. Goldilocks picked up the very big spoon and tasted the porridge in the very big bowl. It was too hot. Then she picked up the medium-sized spoon and tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. It was too lumpy. Then she picked up the tiny little spoon and tasted the porridge in the tiny little bowl. It was just right. Soon she had eaten it all up. Then Goldilocks saw 3 chairs, a very big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a tiny little chair. She sat in the very big chair. It was too high. She sat in the medium-sized chair. It was too hard. Then she sat in the tiny little chair. It was just right. But was the tiny little chair just right? No. Goldilocks was rather too heavy for it. The seat began to crack, and then it broke. Oh dear! Goldilocks had broken the tiny little chair, and she was very sorry. Next, Goldilocks went into the bedroom. There she saw 3 beds, a very big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny little bed. She felt tired and thought she would like to sleep. So Goldilocks climbed up onto the very big bed. It was too hard. Then she climbed up onto the medium-sized bed. It was too soft. Then Goldilocks lay down on the tiny little bed. It was just right. Soon she was fast asleep. Before long, the 3 bears came home for breakfast. Father Bear looked at his very big porridge bowl and said in a very loud voice, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized porridge bowl and said in a medium-sized voice, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Baby Bear looked at his tiny little porridge bowl and said in a tiny little voice, "Who's been eating my porridge and has eaten it all up?" Next, Father Bear looked at his very big chair. "Who's been sitting in my chair?" he asked in a very loud voice. Then Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized chair. "Who's been sitting in my chair?" she asked in a medium-sized voice. Then Baby Bear looked at his tiny little chair. "Who's been sitting in my chair and has broken it?" he asked in a tiny little voice. Next, the 3 bears went into the bedroom. Father Bear looked at his very big bed. "Who's been lying on my bed?" he asked in a very loud voice. Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized bed. "Who's been lying on my bed?" she asked in a medium-sized voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny little bed. "Here she is!" he cried, making his tiny little voice as loud as he could. "Here's the naughty girl who has eaten my porridge and broken my chair. Here she is!" At the sounds of their voices, Goldilocks woke up. When she saw the three bears, she jumped off the bed in fright. She rushed down the stairs, through the cottage door, and disappeared into the wood. By the time the three bears reached the door, Goldilocks was out of sight. The three bears never saw her again. The end.